How, if I could follow up on that, how uh, uncertain were you, I guess, in May? You had the core injury surgery, I think, in May. I mean, as the offseason sort of started, how worried were you about your physical state, and what was that rehab process like?
I wasn't too worried. I've been through a lot with injuries, and I kind of know the process. I know what it takes to get back, and I've been through the rehab stages before, so I wasn't too worried, and I was confident in with our training staff. And with Rick, this is something that this is his specialty at, was doing this type of rehab. So I had a lot of confidence in our staff, and I was able to play a little bit through the injury last year. I didn't play well, but I was able to kind of physically get through it. So I knew once I got the surgery and was able to do the proper rehab and I had a lot of time to heal, that I was going to be able to get back and be able to play at a high level. So I'm feeling better. I'm feeling confident. I feel like the rehab was great, and I'm excited to show everybody what I can do.
Kevon, John Dickinson, 95.7 The Game. What do you think of James Wiseman when you see the Warriors obviously make that pick at number 2 overall, and just getting another big man, maybe a different type of skill set than yours? But how eager are you to help him learn and grow in the system as far as being a new NBA player?
I'm really excited to get James on the team and to help him out. I think he's going to be a big contributor to this team, and he has a lot of talent and a lot of potential. And I think his athleticism and his size is something that you can't teach, and I think he's going to be really helpful for us. So, whatever I can do to show him the ropes, it's not easy to come in the NBA and play winning basketball right away. So I think all the bigs playing with Draymond and Keith, I think we all can show him a few things, but he already has the God-given talent. So all the small things and technical things that we can teach him, I think it's our responsibility to try to show him those things. But I think he can be a great help, and I'm really excited to see what he can do this year.
What do you think? Oh, go ahead. Just quick follow-up. What did you think of the balance now among the bigs? I mean, yourself and James is a little bit different, and Marquise does things that are a little bit different. But, to get through that game, Coach Kerr likes to play a lot of bigs, guys that do different things. I mean, how strong do you think is the balance among you guys? And maybe even if you throw Draymond in there for a few minutes here and there too.
I think the balance is great. That's something that since I've been here with the Warriors, we always had a 3-man center rotation. So to have that again, it would be great. It was always a great success for us and our team, giving different looks and be able to switch up the pace and play different styles of play is something that Steve always been big on. So being able to have a guy like Wiseman, who's a rim threat, who's long athletics, a guy like Keith is also the same, and then we all can kind of switch and we all kind of learn this position together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so hopefully it all works out. I know in years past, like I said, we always had 3 centers, so I feel like it's going to be a good balance for our team. I think we should be able to get back to where we were. Last year we kind of struggled with rebounding and blocking shots. I feel like with the centers we have now, we can start being better at that.
Kevon, it's Nick Friedel from ESPN.com. Just to follow up on where James is at, in your experience when you were going through it as a rookie and coming into the league, what do you think the biggest key is for a younger player to kind of cross that bridge to feel more confident in the center position?
I think for him, talent and athleticism is going to take care of a lot of things, but just learning the terminology, learning the different schemes of defense is going to be the hardest thing to pick up. It's going to be the biggest key, especially we're trying to win right away. It's going to be a lot of pressure to play the right way and do the right things. But as long as he can just learn the basics, to learn how to talk, and that's probably the biggest thing, because learning terminology as a center, you got to be the anchor on defense. Having Draymond back there is a big help. He's going to walk him through a lot of things, but just being able to talk the guards through the pick and rolls, talk the guards through different actions, it's going to be something that he's going to have to learn. But I think he's a smart kid, and he's going to be able to pick up really fast. So that's the thing that will be the biggest key.
What's up, Kevon? It's Anthony Slater from The Athletic. What can you kind of take us through what it's like right now to come into the facility? And obviously this is a much different camp than you've ever been to. Just what's it like right now to really kind of be an NBA player during what's going on?
It's different. Nothing's really ideal with this training camp, but it's nothing ideal in the world right now. So just trying to get out and get used to the to the schedule and get used to the routine. You know, guys in the NBA, including myself, like to have a routine, like to get into the flow of things. But I think once we get into the flow of learning what things are going to be like, the travel, the game day routines, I think everybody feel way more comfortable. But I think the first couple days it's been a little weird. So hopefully once we get in the swing of things, everything starts to normalize.
Have you got any answers on some of that, or are you still kind of sitting back?
We're still just waiting. News and information come in day by day. It's a lot of things been thrown out. The schedule still hasn't all the way came out. So just things like that, we don't really know where we're going to be in the next couple of weeks. So I know the NBA is doing a great job of letting us know. They're taking all the safety precautions to make sure that everybody's safe and we can have a successful season. So I think they're going to update us soon and keep letting us know if things change or not.
Hey, Kevon, it's Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. If I'm not mistaken, you came into the NBA when you were 19, same age as James is now. What are some of the things that maybe you can share with him about that first few weeks and months coming into a league at such a young age? Off the court more than on the court, maybe.
Off the court, just finding yourself and finding a routine is probably the biggest thing. Coming in into the NBA, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going on as far as eating and where to go. Like coming to a new city, everything is pretty different. So for me, the hardest thing was trying to find a routine, find my way, and find things that I like, places to eat. It's just the small things that people take for granted. And it's going to be probably it's hard to get used to when you first come into the league. But, it's different circumstances in the world. So he's going to probably just have to live at the gym and, find, build that chemistry with the teammates. That was another big thing for me coming in. I had a lot of older teammates where we didn't have any other young players on the team. But on this team, we had a lot of younger guys, a lot of guys he probably can relate to a lot more. And that's all I think is our job as the young guys, is me, Jordan Poole, Eric Pascal, to make them feel comfortable coming into a new city and making them have another family, another group of friends to hang out with.
Appreciate it.
Ron, it's Ron again. How much of a value is it that you've played? I mean, the difference, one of the big advantages it seems that you have over James and Marquise is that you've played with Draymond and Steph for extended periods of time. How does that manifest itself? Is there an example maybe you can offer of how that benefits you to have that familiarity with them on the court?
Basketball is all about chemistry. I have a good chemistry with Draymond and Steph, and they built a trust with me over the years, and I kind of know what they like to do. I know their tendencies, so that's an upper hand for me to playing with those guys. But I think it's also my job to tell Keith and tell James what Steph and Draymond like to do, where they like to be on their spots on the floor, where Draymond's going to be on defense and on offense. So I think it's my job, since I have the most experience, just to walk those guys through certain things and coach them through a few things that I know that I learned over a few years. Steph and Draymond have helped my game a lot in my career in the NBA. I learned a lot from them, so I just want to share the wisdom that I learned, just like older guys did for me.
Hey, Kevon, it's Colin Ward-Henninger from CBS Sports. I came in a little late, so pardon me if you've already answered this, but Andrew Wiggins, you didn't get a lot of time with him. I'm just curious what you've seen from him, how excited you are to play with him, and now what kind of role he might have to step into with Klay Thompson being out for the year.
I'm really excited to play with Andrew. I got to play with him a little bit at the end of the year. Not much, but just a little bit. But I've been watching Wiggins since high school and even college, the whole way through. It's one of the guys that I followed closely because he was in my high school class originally. So I got to play with him before and like a camp in high school. So I always watched his game closely and followed him throughout the year. So I'm really excited to play with him. I know he's an extremely gifted athlete and a gifted scorer. I think he's going to have a great opportunity to do a lot of things and show a lot of his game with us. With Klay going down, he's going to have a bigger role on the offensive end and defensive end. I think he's going to flourish with his team, playing with Steph, and it's going to be a great help for him. And I'm just excited to see what he can do. I know he's going to take his game to the next level, and I'm just excited to be on the floor with him.
You mentioned.
Go ahead.
You mentioned right there, like Wiggins is going to benefit from playing Steph or with Steph. Steph didn't, I think he only played 5 games last year. How much will every single person on this roster benefit from that, from the gravity of Steph and just what he does to a basketball court?
I think everybody's going to improve tremendously playing with Steph. He's a player that, like you said, controls so much attention that you're gonna get a lot of open shots, a lot of layups. He moves without the ball. He's real unselfish, and I think he just makes everybody better. Him being one of the best players in his league, he's so much attention that I get a lot of layups, and I know even guys like Clay and KD were getting wide open shots in the past with Steph. So a guy like Wiggins and Kelly Oubre is going to get a lot of opportunities to make open shots and a lot of slashing opportunities. And I don't know if Wiggins ever had a chance to have ISO where he has so much space because of a guy like Steph, and I think that's going to open up the paint for him and for a lot of guys on this team.
Kevon, we've heard for a long time now, for years, that you haven't really been able to show what you can do in terms of scoring on offense. Are you in a position now with this team and this roster this year, how you feel? Do you feel you're in a position to maybe show what you can do offensively?
I think so. I think our offense might look a little different this year. I have a lot of chances, opportunity to show what I can do. Just making decision making and passing and doing different things with the ball. But for me, I always try to do whatever the team needs me to do. Some nights it might be having to score more, finish around the paint. Other nights might be just getting guys involved and setting screens and getting people open. I feel comfortable doing either role, and I want to expand my game and show what I can do. I've been working really hard, shooting the three-pointer and doing different things like that. So I think Steve has safe me. I can do those type of things. I just want to go out there and show everybody else. So I feel like I'm gonna have a bigger role in this team. Bigger voice. I just want to be able to be there, be healthy, and be available for every game so I can make an impact.
How is the 3-ball looking?
It's been feeling great. I always shoot it pretty good in practice. Now I just got to translate it to the game. So, I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about my shot. I think my teammates starting to trust me shooting the 3, and I just want to go out there and show it.
Kevon, kind of expanding on that question, how do you sort of view your career to this point? I mean, it's easy to forget you're still only 24 years old. It feels like you've been in the league a long time.
Yeah.
And you've obviously had success and played in big games and obviously had injuries you've had to work through. How do you sort of assess your career to this point and maybe where it can go in the next 5 years?
It's been a lot of up and downs in my career. For me, for an individual standpoint, through this, been lucky enough to be a part of a great team and be a part of a great organization where, my first couple of years, I've dealt with injury, but I was able to learn from a lot of great veterans and learn how to be a professional, learn how to take care of my body. And once I was able to get healthy, I was able to get on the floor and make an impact and just help the team. So I was able to be in a lot of big games, see a lot of big games, and learn from a lot of great players since I've been here. So I just want to take the knowledge that those guys taught me and continue to grow my game and make an impact. And I feel like I got a lot more to offer. I know I still feel like I have a lot more potential that I can scratch, and just want to keep working, staying healthy, and keep expanding my game. Like I said, I'm only 24. I feel like I've been in the league a long time. I've seen a lot of basketball. I've been in a lot of important games and seen a lot of poor games. So I just want to just keep growing, keep getting better, and just keep improving.
Thank you.